To many people, Batman is the ultimate superhero. He abides by a strict moral code, often fights against villains who are well above his pay grade in terms of power levels, and successfully mixes brains with brawn in a way that few other heroes can match. But the Dark Knight isn't perfect, not by a long way. There are many moments in his history and many facts about him that he'd prefer to forget. And these include moments of embarrassment, stupidity, and breaching his own moral code. And that's what this video is all about. Here are 10 shocking secrets about Batman that he would rather you didn't know. He has killed on multiple occasions. For some reason, Batman has built a reputation as an uncorruptible beacon of morality with a strict no-kill code. And this is in spite of the fact that he's actually killed countless people over the years. We could literally make several videos of Batman kills, but here are just a handful of them. In 1988's Batman number 425, he dropped a stack of broken cars on top of a drug dealer. In 1990's Detective Comics number 613, he threw a pair of rival mobsters in a trash compactor. In 2007's All-Star Batman and Robin number 7, he brutally pummeled a group of thugs before setting them on fire using a bottle of bleach. We could go on, but you get the point. His sexual exploits. Batman's sexual exploits, or sexploits if you like, haven't exactly been something to write home about over the years. In fact, we're pretty sure he'd rather you didn't know anything about them. Let's just look at a few examples of why. In the 2016 Batman, the Killing Joke animated movie, he impulsively had sex with Batgirl. Yes, the same Batgirl who is James Gordon's daughter, who is much younger than Batman and sees him as a mentor. He also got her pregnant in Batman Beyond 2.0, got Talia al Ghul pregnant after she roofied him in Batman Incorporated number 2. And he did the deed with Black Canary after he set a group of thugs on fire using a bottle of bleach in the aforementioned All-Star Batman and Robin number 7. And tentacled alien sex made him and Superman cry in World's Finest number 289. No, really. He's been parodied in adult movies. On a somewhat related note to the last point about Batman's somewhat embarrassing sexual exploits, the Caped Crusader would undoubtedly not want you to know about the fact that he's regularly parodied in the world of adult entertainment. Superhero-themed productions are a fairly regular thing in the adult movie world, and Batman is one of the most utilized characters in the genre. The adult movies with Batman in them have had titles like Dark Knight XXX, a porn parody, feature the Dark Knight indulging in coitus with varied versions of the likes of Batgirl, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harlequin. He wore a rainbow costume. When it comes to Robin, Batman is very protective over the boy wonder, so it stands to reason that he would do anything required to keep his real identity as Dick Grayson a secret. But this was just ridiculous. When Grayson injured his arm saving a little girl from some criminals, Batman came up with a stupid method of distracting the crooks from connecting the injury to the boy wonder. He dyed all his bat suits different colors. Ultimately, the story, which takes place in 1957's Detective Comics number 241, finished with Batman wearing a rainbow costume and saying things like, "They'll find no gold at the end of this rainbow, only prison." All of which, we're sure you'll agree, is absolutely ridiculous. He sang Christmas carols. To say that Batman and the Gotham Police Department don't really get along with each other is something of an understatement, because they really don't get along with each other as a general rule. So it was quite heartwarming to see them coming together in perfect harmony in 1969's Batman number 219. That being said, it was also pretty embarrassing for the Dark Knight, because the reason they came together so harmoniously was to sing Christmas carols. Yes, Commissioner Gordon convinced Batman to go caroling with the GCPD. Batman got so into it that he didn't realize he'd been caroling all night, declaring, "It's like the Christmas spirit took hold of everyone." He got turned into a baby. One of Batman's most cringe-inducing, embarrassing moments came in 1955's Batman number 147, and it's definitely a moment that the Dark Knight would prefer that you not know about. The Caped Crusader found himself in the path of a strange transmogrification ray that turned him into a small child that was labeled Bat Baby by some thugs he proceeded to deal with. That's right, Batman continued to go about his superhero business even though he was stuck in babyfied form. In fact, the bad guys were just as terrified of him as they were on any normal day, even though he actually dressed like a baby to embrace his new form. Of course, he was returned to normal size in the end, but it was pretty humiliating while it lasted. Bat nipples. Back in 1995 and 1997 respectively, Joel Schumacher took on the directorial responsibilities for 2 Batman movies, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. One of the biggest sources of embarrassment and hilarity for those movies are the infamous nipples on the suits of Batman and Robin themselves, and we're sure Batman would want you to forget all about them. The mid-90s might seem like a distant memory. It was the age of the modern comic book movie, after all. But we haven't forgotten Batman. In fact, we'll never forget. Your bat nipples were ridiculous. He went surfing. As fun as the series was at the time, looking back at the camp Adam West Batman television show in the 1960s probably makes every other version of Batman shudder to his very core. A prime example of why that's the case happened in a 1967 episode entitled Surf's Up, Joker's Under. In the episode, Cesar Romero's Joker decided to try to take over Gotham City by defeating Batman in a surfing contest, because that totally makes sense. By winning over Gotham's most radical teens, the clown prince of crime figured the city would be his. Batman donned his surf shorts to take on the villain on the waves, and he kinda made an idiot of himself in the process. Oh dear. Oh, he wet his pants. Give Kevin Smith the license to pen a Batman comic book, and this is what happens. The Dark Knight literally pees his pants. It happened in Batman, The Widening Gyre, which ran in 2009 and 2010, and it sullied what was previously seen as an iconic moment from Batman's origin story. In Batman Year One, the Caped Crusader had crashed a dinner party of Gotham's most dangerous criminals like a complete badass, and put an end to their nefarious ways, but under Smith's penmanship, Batman reveals years later that he was so scared at that moment he wet himself. It came from a combination of nerves from being in the presence of so many bad guys, and the shock from the heat of the explosives he had set to go off to make his entrance so awesome. How embarrassing. He shared a laugh with the Joker. Of all the terrible and embarrassing things Batman has done, this one might not seem too bad in comparison. But trust us, Batman would never want anyone to know about it at all, because he shared a laugh with his arch nemesis, the Joker. It happened in 1988's Batman The Killing Joke, which has now been turned into an animated movie. After the Joker had done some terrible things like paralyzing Barbara Gordon by shooting her in the stomach, then parading her naked in front of her father, which made it even weirder. Right at the end, the Joker tells a joke, at which point Batman starts to chuckle along with the villain. Even though it seems quite trivial, it was arguably the most shocking moment of any Batman comic ever. Thanks for watching our video of top 10 shocking secrets about Batman he would rather you didn't know. Did this make you see Batman in a new light? Can you think of any other shocking Batman secrets? Leave us a comment and let us know. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and check out the rest of our channel. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to CBR for cool videos about movies, action heroes, gaming, comics, and more.